Testing my mic to see if it's too loud. Is it too loud? Hello, hello. Testing my mic to see if it's too loud. Is it too loud? Nope, we're gonna get started. Wait a minute. Oh my god. There we go, I was gonna say. It's a dramatic scene, like something from a movie. But this is no movie, and Miyuki is no actress. She did her best, and she failed. Then she was mocked for it. Her self-confidence must be shaken. It is any wonder. It is any wonder why she's running away. I can't fault her for it, but I do wish I could cheer her up. Oh dear. Ichigo toys with one of her golden pigtails. She looks perturbed. Do you think we should chase after Mayuyu? One of her golden pigtails. No. Ku shakes her head. If we all went, it would overwhelm her. She shouldn't want to see. She wouldn't want us to see her cry. Then what should we do? If thou wishes to consult this dark one, we don't. Then I believe thou shouldn't let her be. A pitiful child like that is nothing more than a dead weight. Thou wouldst be better off without her. Not that my performances were much better. Thou weren't more polished than that girl, yes, but thou didst not have much cohesion. I couldn't not feel any spark from the pair of thee. Wouldst thou like to consider giving up too? I hear it can be very good for thy skin. Like hell we will. We're not gonna give up because of a couple of meanies. You might call yourself an idol, but I'm a big idol fan, and I would never give up on any group, especially not mine. I concur. We will not give in, and neither will Miyuki. You think we can talk sense into her? Ku nods. The spirits have given me the divine reassurance. They say it is not too late to salvage the situation. We cannot chase after her, though. Not all three of us. For this to succeed, Naoya must go in our stead. What? Why me? Miyuki trusts you. She'll be more predisposed to listen if you console her. I don't know about that. She always seems to get mad at me. That's how she shows her love. Love, huh? I wonder. I smile. I'd be happy Miyuki did love me, but you've known her for over a decade, Ku. If anybody can talk to her, shouldn't you? I've consoled her many times in the past. Too many, in fact. She can preempt everything I say. Familiarity breeds contempt, and it will make my words ring hollow. I cannot surprise her, but you can. That is why you must console her, persuade her, be Miyuki's prince on a white horse. Miyuki is very girly at heart, and she loves fairy tales. You wouldn't do well to take advantage of it. I don't care about princesses myself, but if you galloped across the beach to soothe me, Ku rest a hand upon her chest. My heart would melt too. Yes, Naoya, Ku's right. You're so strong and manly. I'm sure you'll be able to comfort Mayuyu. Wipe away all her tears, then hold her to your chest and hug her tight. Then we can all be friends again. So you refuse to give up? Not without a fight? Rena exhales. She folds her arms across her chest, her nose upturned in the air. You are wasting your time. Even if you are able to talk to that girl, talk. Even if you are able to talk that girl around, you won't be able to shape her into a decent idol. It's pointless. No, it's not. I beg your pardon? I said it's not pointless working hard. Never is. Some people might be naturally talented, but nobody is born perfect. We all have to own our skills, even geniuses. That's what Miyuki was doing. She was working earnestly until you stepped in and upset her. She might have lost her confidence, but I'm sure it's temporarily. I can comfort her. No, I will comfort her. If Ku's to be believed, I'm the only one who can do it. I won't let you ruin everything. Wait up, Miyuki. I'm not going to abandon you. Miyuki had a head start on me, but I'm taller than she is, and I outpace her in under a minute. I dash to her side, then take her hand in a minute. Miyuki, won't you talk to me, please? Naoya? Miyuki comes to a halt. She doesn't shake my hand away, so I thought she might. Neither does she call me indecent. Instead, she lets me cling to her, eyes downcast, her head hanging. She's acting like she isn't acting like the usual fiery Miyuki I know and sort of love. One look at her ashen complex is enough to confirm all my worst fears. She isn't crying just yet, but her eyes look suspiciously watery. I don't think she's angry. She's upset, embarrassed too. During rough times like this, I guess even a static ex-student concealed council president needs support. Is there something you want? Yeah, I want to talk to you. I need to see if you're alright. Did Ku ask you to go after me? No, I mean, yes, she did, but I wouldn't have pursued you regardless. I would have pursued you regardless. We all care about you, Miyuki. Me and Ku and Ichigo too. None of us want to see you upset. We're all friends, right? I would like to believe that, yes. But all the same, I cannot help but feel like a burden. I acted very childish back then. I shouldn't have stormed off, but I can't help it. Being criticized in front of all those people hurt. I don't blame you for feeling that way. My mood's not the best either, but we can't give up because of a few naysayers. You don't want to let those girls win, do you? Of course not. I don't like giving up, and I've already put a lot of effort into this venture. First, I had to practice dancing and singing, and I even let Ichigo talk me into wearing these flimsy garments. I've been doing my best, but I fear that's not enough. That it isn't enough. Miyuki sniffles. I don't like giving in. I have a lot of pride. When I decide to do something, I like to see it through until the end. But I have a lot of doubt about all of this. I still don't know if being an idol is for me. It's too awkward. I'm too awkward and clumsy. Who would even be my fan? You're being too harsh on yourself, Miyuki. Everybody has to start somewhere. You might not be the best right now, but I'm sure you'll get there. If you keep at it, you'll improve. But if you give in, you never will. Keep taking baby steps. I'll be there to support you. So will Ku and Ichigo. We won't give up on you. That's a very sweet sentiment. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you have so much faith in me. That makes this even harder. Ryuki looks up at me, tears beating in the corners of her eyes. My hand is still intertwined with hers. She squeezes it, searching for support, her face only a few inches away from mine. We're standing so close we could easily pass for a pair of lovers. Not that we are. I already have a girlfriend. You want me to succeed? And I want me to succeed too. I want to become a wonderful idol like the girls Ichigo admire so much. If I can do that, I might be able to save the Seaside Cafe. There's no guarantee it will happen, though. No matter how hard I work, some things simply aren't possible. I don't have any sense of rhythm, and I'm not good at singing. When I try to dance, I trip over my own feet, or trip my own feet or over other people. No matter what I do, I keep making a mess of things. How can you support me after all this? Those girls were mean, but what they said was right. I'm dragging us all down. You'd be better off without me. Ryuki tears her hand from mine, then takes a few steps back. She stares at me, one hand on her chest, her lower lip trembling. She hasn't started to cry in earnest, but I'm sure it will happen in due course. The tears spotting her full lower lashes are waiting for release. She looks utterly distraught. Miyuki. My fingers curls in midair. Miyuki's hand is too far away to grasp. How am I supposed to console her like this, when she refuses to rely on me? I sigh, then let my arm fall to the side. Talking to her will be no mean feat, but I've got to try. Ichigo never gave up on me when I was at my worst, and I don't want to give up on Miyuki either. I know that you have some reservations, but that's perfectly normal. We all doubt ourselves from time to time, particularly when we're embarking on something new. If you'll permit me to be frank, you're not the best idol. Saying that you are would be a lie. You have a long, long way to go, but you're an industrious, hard-working girl. I have every faith that you'll keep on at it. No matter what, you always do your best. I have every confidence in you. But what if my best isn't good enough? You heard what those girls said. They said my dancing was an insult to all idols everywhere. If I'm that bad, or maybe I really should quit. Being mocked by those two girls was painful enough, but if we post that video online, thousands of people will make fun of me. I don't think I can bear that. Sure, it's a possibility, but why should you care what anyone else says? They're all strangers. They don't know you, and you don't know them, so their opinions are irrelevant. That's easy for you to say, but you're not the one who will be judged. You're behind the camera, Naoya. You don't have a bunch of eyes on you. You don't know what it's like. Now, that's not true. I know exactly what it's like. You do? Yeah. I never tried to make it as an idol, but I did stand out a whole bunch back in high school. I dyed my hair, got a bunch of piercings, and went around intimidating people. I made a huge nonsense of myself. Since I lived in a pretty small town, word spread about me pretty fast. I became a bit of a spectacle. My parents and my teachers and my classmates, even random people I'd never met before, they all used to talk about me. I was judged really harshly, not that I can blame them. I was a menace. I probably deserved to be knocked down a peg or two. But the point is, I'm not a stranger to criticism. It's something we all face. You'll receive a bunch of it too. It doesn't feel good, I know that, from experience, but it's something you learn to deal with. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Problematically speaking, yes. But I don't want to endure every moment, even more insults. I'm not strong like you, and I can't handle it. I judge myself enough as it is, without other people pointing out all my flaws. Besides, Miyuki scuffs the sand with the tip of her foot. Those girls were scathing, but they sounded sincere. I think they knew what they were talking about. They said I should just give up. Maybe they were right. Nah, they just want you to think that they're right. Anybody can complain, but not everyone can do what you're doing. Which is making a fool of myself? No, I'm talking about all your hard work. You might not be naturally talented, but few people are. Even geniuses have to work hard or their skills will get rusty. It's too soon for you to give up. You're barely even begun. I don't know. Miyuki bites her lip. She looks conflicted. I, meanwhile, have to stifle the urge to grab her shoulders and shake some sense into her. I understand that Miyuki's upset, but I don't want to listen to her being so down on herself. That's not going to help her. Hold on. Bye, Agent. I got to approach the situation with tact and delicacy. Otherwise, I'll make matters worse. You might not know it, but I do. My faith in you is unshakable. You're an important member of Sweet Shoreline, and you can overcome any challenge thrown your way. It, it goes without saying. But why? Where do you get all the confidence from? It's easy. It's because you're should have known me, Miyuki. I've seen you work on the Seaside Cafe. I've seen you work at the Seaside Cafe. And I know how unflinching you are. You always stand up for yourself when rowdy customers try to pick fights. You don't back down when it comes to things you care about. And I know you care about the Seaside Cafe more than anything. That's why I believe you can do this. Now, won't you try to muster up the last of your courage? Show me how cool you can be. Naoya. Miyuki hangs back. She links her fingers together at her front, her expression uncertain. She looks to the sand, then to me. Back to the sand, then back to me. In the background, the waves continue to lap against the shore. The lone seagull cries. Then, after a few agonizing seconds, alright then. Miyuki meets my gaze, smiling softly. I'll try to hang in there. If you truly have that much faith in me, I don't want to let you down. And I don't want to let myself down either. Great, going. That's the spirit. I give Miyuki a thumbs up as Ku might and smile at her. I believe in you, Miyuki. Now get out there and give it all you got. Give it your all. I will. I'm not going to care about what the naysayers might think. First and foremost, I want to make myself proud. Then I'll be able to look back at the summer and think, I really did try my best. Thank you for talking some sense into me, Naoya. If it weren't for you, I would have gone to pieces. Talking to you always cheers me up. With the crisis averted, we continue our shoot as planned. Ichigo, Ku, and Miyuki retake their positions in front of the ocean, and they resume their dance. I filmed them with my cheap, crappy handheld camera. The girls run through the dance numerous times, while I film them from various angles and positions, some shots wide, others far. The two Rue girls have long since gone, thank goodness, but the sun's still high in the sky and the beach is packed. People pause to watch Ichigo, Ku, and Miyuki as they dance, which is only to be expected. They're making quite the scene. Three beautiful young women, all dressed in skimpy bikinis. A young boy tugs on his mother's hand, asking questions about the funny ladies. The boy is too young to be converted, and his voice travels loudly across the beach. Miyuki's face turned crimson at this, but she's able to maintain her footing. The dance goes off perfectly, without a hitch, but she's less fortunate during the fourth run-through of the routine. This time, an elderly man pauses to watch them. He wolf whistles approvingly when Miyuki bends forward, which throws her off. She loses her footing, then trips over her own foot. Owie! My eyes. Miyuki winces, rubbing her behind with one hand, then looks up at Ichigo. I'm really sorry. That's alright, we all make mistakes. It's nothing to beat yourself up over. Ichigo extends her hand. Can you stand? I think so, yeah. You haven't sprained anything. I'm fine, thank you. I'm not very good at dancing, but at least I'm sturdy. That's one point in my favor, I suppose. Ichigo helps Miyuki into her feet. Miyuki then wipes the scattered sand off her butt. How do you think I'm doing? Miyuki glances at Ku and Ichigo, all while toying with her hair. Have I improved? I think so. Ku gives Miyuki a thumbs up. You've made a lot of progress, but I fell again. I must look like such a fool. It is true, you did fall, but this time you did not take me with you. I think that counts as an improvement. Ku is right. If you have to trip, it's better to try and minimize the damages. Not that it's your fault. If the guy hadn't whistled at you, you wouldn't have fumbled. That man is regained. He should be ashamed, embarrassed. Embarrassing as far a maiden like you. Though I cannot say I blame him for gawping. You do look nice in that bikini. Really? Oh, yes. It's good enough to raise the dead. You're so cute, Miyuki. I'll give you an A+. But I still fell over. That makes it even cuter. It gives you a low point. Clumsy girls are very popular. I don't know if I like the sound of that. I'd rather be a cool, serious beauty rather than a klutz. You can be both. It's a gape mode. It's a gape mode. People have complicated tastes. Right. Miyuki frowns. I do understand, but, well, I don't understand half of the things you say. That's my charm point. Mysterious girls are also Mo. I think you both have your own unique charms, and I fully intend to exploit. I mean, show them off. Now let's keep going. The day's still young. We need to dance lots more if we're going to become pro idols. Yes, boss. I, I, um, I still have a lot to learn, but I'll try. That's what I like to hear, Naoya. Stop pointing your camera at Mayuyu and get your act together. We're gonna go for a second round. And Miyuki jumps. Her face turns red as her bikini. Crap, now Miyuki's glaring at me. All the goodwill I was able to build between us has disintegrated it in an instant. We sure worked hard, didn't we? I'm like totally pooped. Ichigo collapses on the floor the moment we arrive back home. She rests her cheeks against the table, her golden hair spilling around her shoulders and sighs. Maybe I've been pushing myself a little too hard lately. Hehe. You do have an awful lot to keep you occupied, it's true. I take a seat opposite Ichigo at the other side of the table. Legs crossed, arms folded, I observe her with a small smile. She's totally conked out. Her energy reserves, which were off the charts earlier, have plummeted to critical levels. She's dead on her feet, not that she's standing up. I don't think she has the stamina for that right now. I've been working hard too, as have Ku and Mayuki, but you have even more to worry about than the rest of us. You still have to attend your classes, and now you're working part-time as a maid for Miss Mayoya, Miss Mayamori. Then there's all this wannabe idol stuff on top of it. It's a lot for one person to juggle. Will you really be alright? Hee hee hee. Ichigo grins. If you have to ask me that, Naoya, then you don't know me as well as you might think. I'm not the sort of person who gives up. Well, I know that. Ichigo didn't abandon me, though by right she really should have, back in high school, when I'd fallen in with the bad crowd. She waited for me outside of my home every morning so we could walk to school together. And she persisted in trying to strike up a conversation no matter how many times I pushed her away. I was rude and surly, aggressive, almost, but Ichigo never lost faith in me. She didn't hold it against me either. She continued to pursue me, chipping away at my defense bit by bit. It must have been like digging a tunnel with a spoon. I don't think I could have done that. I'm not half as tenacious as Ichigo is. When there's something she wants, she really goes all out. I've always admired that about her. You sure are something. Hee hee, thanks. Ichigo giggles. You're right, that is a lot to manage, but I don't want to call it quits. So you're dead set on sustaining your current workload? Yep. Even if it kills you? It won't kill me, silly. I'm tougher than I look. Besides, I can't die. I'm trained to be a nurse. In other words, a healer. That should boost my death immune skills some. Hee hee. I don't know if real life works how it does in video games. I guess not, but I'm still gonna keep on working. I'll give it 110%, starting from right now. I thought you already gave everything 110%. Alright then, 120. How does that sound? I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. I'm not your mother. It's nice to have a bunch of goals to work towards. I'm glad you're on our side. If it weren't for you, I'm not sure what we've done about the cafe. You're the brain of this whole idol operation. I like to leave everything in your capable hands, but I do worry about you. Ichigo's the sort of person who'll drop everything to do her friends a favor. It's an endearing trait, but it can be to her detriment. detriment. She pushes herself too hard on a frequent basis. When I finally came to my senses in high school, she turned her back on her own studies so she could tutor me. She poured all her efforts into helping me play catch up. It's extremely lucky she was able to get the grades she needed to actually get into university. She was so focused on me, she put her own future at risk. I don't want that to happen again. If if things ever get too much, if things ever get too much, you can tell me, all right? I don't want you to rely on you. I don't want to rely on you for every little thing. I don't think you'd seriously die. Of course not. I'm a medic, remember? But you might get sick. Please look after yourself. If you ever find that you need help, don't hesitate to let me know. I'll do everything for you. I'll do anything for you. Anything? Yes, anything. I pause. Well, within reason. As much as I like Ichigo, and I like her a whole bunch, I can't picture myself catching a kangaroo for her sake. Or going to Timbuktu. I see. You're so sweet, Naoya. I wouldn't want to take advantage of your kindness, but Ichigo smile widens. Now that I think about it, there is something you could help me with. I'm so tired, you see. I don't know if I can stand. I don't have any strength left in me whatsoever. I was gonna try and crawl to my bedroom like a pill bug, but that wouldn't be very ladylike. I wouldn't want to ruin the floors either, so would you carry me back to my bedroom? Oh, I see. When Ichigo said she had a favor, my overreacting imagination jumped to all sorts of scenarios. What she actually wants, however, is far more in innocuous. I don't know. Is that all you're after? Yeah. Ichigo blinks at me from beneath her eyelashes. Suddenly shy, her cheeks look pretty pink. Is that okay? It's not too audacious, is it? It's fine. I don't mind carrying you. You might eat a lot of sweets, but you're not that heavy. Yeah. I figured. I'm asking too much. It's pretty embarrassing not to even married couples do this stuff. And wait, what? Are you really okay with that? I don't see any issues with it. Why? I raised an eyebrow. Should I? No. I'm happy you agreed to my request. Really. Well, this is all of a sudden. I don't know if my heart can handle it, but I haven't even touched you yet. I know. I'm thinking about you touching me, your arms around me, your chest pressing against mine. It's way too much. Yeah. Ichigo squeals, then presses both her hands against her face. Her fingers are sprawled, her green hair visible through, her green eyes visible through the gape in the lattice work of her slender digits. I can't see her cheeks anymore, but I bet they're burning. Forget death through overwork, I'm going to be killed by kindness. You're way too good to me, Naoya. You're being ridiculous. We've known each other for over a decade. I mean, geez, we used to bathe together. I don't think this is anything to be particularly embarrassed about. Huh? Ichigo draws her hands away from her face, then pouts. How can you say that, Naoya? We used to bathe together, sure. But that was when we were little kids. We've grown up a whole bunch since then. It really isn't the same. Carrying someone in your arms is like the epitome of romance. That's a scenario you see all the time in girly manga. You might not care, but I do. I care super much. I feel like my whole life's been leading up to this moment. Ah! Ichigo cups her cheeks with both hands, and sways from left to right. I am but a sweet maiden, ignorant of love. Will this be the first step of my ascension into adulthood? Doki doki doki. I survey Ichigo soundlessly, my arms folded. She can't be all this ignorant of love, given we've been dating for a few weeks. We've engaged in a lot of action more intimate than one Ichigo proposed. I think she might be laying it on a little thick here. I can't tell if she's being serious or not. If you're that worked up about being carried, we can always call the operation off. I wouldn't want to make you uncomfortable. What? No, 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 no. You said you were going to carry me, mister, so now you've got to. I don't want you reneging on our agreement. But you said it was embarrassing. It is embarrassing, yes. It's highly embarrassing. Art is all aflutter with anticipation. There's a very real chance this might kill me. I'm prepared to put my life on the line for the sake of this moment. My body is ready. Alright, I'll try to be gentle. I rise to my feet, then circle the table bending down. I scoop Ichigo up into my arms and hold her to my chest. Then I straighten my back. I loop one of my arms beneath Ichigo's legs while using the other to support her back. She's a bit heavier than I expected, but she's not an unimaginable burden. Ichigo tenses. She whimpers. Then she looks up at me, her eyes wide. You actually did it. Well, yeah, I said I would, didn't I? I know that, but it really is sudden. How is it sudden? You're the one who requested it. I know that, too, but I didn't think it would feel like this. Is it bad? I'm not gripping you too tightly, am I? No. It's just right. When you hold me like this, I feel very safe. Your arms are strong, and your chest is so broad and wide. You smell kind of good, too. Hee hee. Since when did you get so strong? I was in a gang for a while, remember? I've had training. Oh yeah, I guess that's true. My body isn't ripped by any means, but being in dozens of fights did shore up my stamina. My decidedly average appearance belies greater than average physical prowess. It's the one thing I'm good at. If you need a guy to haul your groceries back from the supermarket or twist the lid of a particular stubborn jar, you need look no further than me. Ichigo isn't feather light, but I can hold her just fine without breaking a sweat. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago we were little boy, when you were a little boy. But I guess things really have changed. You never would have been able to pick me up like this before. You've grown, Naoya. I'd hope so. I'm almost an adult now. You sure are acting mature. You're adapting to this way easier than I am. I might be the one who asked for this, but my heart is beating so fast, so hard. Can you hear it? Now Ichigo points it out. I think I can. Her heart is hammering anxiously in her chest, like that of a baby bird's. It's very erotic, which might explain the bright red blushes on her face. Her cardiac musculars must be working overtime. Yeah, I can hear it. Wow, how embarrassing. I just wanted to tease you a little with my selfish request. I didn't think you'd really grant it. I was kidding around, but you got the better of me. In the end, I'm the one who feels flustered. I wasn't prepared for this at all, but it doesn't feel bad. In fact, I like it. I like it so much it might be kind of dangerous. Ichigo laughs shyly, her head nestled in my chest, and murmurs, Hey, Naoya. Yeah? Is it alright if I stay like this for a while? Of course. You can cling to me for as long as you want. Really? Yeah. I smile at her reassuringly. I'll let you lean on me as much as you like. This can be your reward for putting in so much effort. Oh crap, I was starting to get used to this. But my BPM's spiking again. I'm actually starting to sweat here. But I still don't want to let go. Ichigo grips my chest even more tightly. The fabric on my shirt bunches up around her grasping fingers. You're spoiling me, Naoya. I'm going to end up totally selfish. I doubt that. You're so selfless, you should let yourself be a bit greedy every once in a while. Oh, geez, you always know the right things to say. I was feeling pretty run down before, but now all my energy is rushing right back. I'm going to keep doing my best. Rain or shine, you can count on me. And that's what we're going to call it. I just wanted to get caught up because I know my first stream of this, I ended early because I was falling asleep. But I just want to get caught up. So now next time I do this, I should be in a full hour, or until we get to the next part. Uh, yeah. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I appreciate everybody that will stop by. If you're not subbed, go ahead and hit that sub button. It greatly helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. But I must bid you all adieu. Goodbye, and good night.